Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Seth, guys, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Doing well, man. Gotta run my vowels because we're doing this. Got to do because we're doing the South. You gotta do
Regional
a
South.
regional South.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Give it a
Gotta
second.
gotta
Give it a
get Mr.
second. Give it a
Loomis
second.
some
We're
Oh,
good.
proper
We're good.
English.
Give it a
Uncle
second.
Roger has shitty internet.
Hey,
Hiya.
All right, let's try it again. We're going with the AVO Regional South Edition today. This cigar is a torpedo, 7 by 52. Is it still classified as a torpedo that long?
No,
No,
All right. So
and
it comes.
Davidoff should know better.
it's a super torpedo.
It comes out of the OK Cigars factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper and binder, both Ecuadorian and Connecticut. Filler is Dominican San Vicente Visu, San Vicente Seco, Honduran Jamastran Seco, and Peruvian Seco. Price point is $14, and the cigar was released in October of 2020. So that all out of the way, June. What was your overall experience like with this cigar?
I liked the cigar in the beginning, and then it got okay in the middle, and then it turned to shit on the last third. The first third is really like it's a very approachable profile, medium body, medium strength. Softer, kind of a softer kind of an approach, balanced haze, soft cedar, light cream, honey, toasted nuts. And then when you retro, it gives it like a nice cinnamon spice, and it gives like a greater body in that creaminess. But as the cigar went through, it kind of leaned more towards like the earthy and cedar aspect of things. But and then by the time it got to the final third, I got this really like this acrid, like a metallic note to it that completely made the cigar not good. But yeah, overall, great burn, great construction. But man, I wish it was like that first third I tasted, or else it would have been like a proper, like balanced, smooth, like avo that I like.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, the first third started out with some cedar and cream notes, but I all of a sudden was just tons of black pepper notes, lots of spice. And that really kind of kept that black pepper just remained present throughout the whole cigar. Some mineral notes came in into the second third. It was still delivering some cedar and cream, but it just there was way too much pepper I was picking up throughout, which made it, kind of unpleasant. So it's just good construction and burn, medium body, but just tons of pepper, unpleasant.
All right, John, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I get what Seth is saying about the pepper. I mean, it was definitely for me. It was more baking spices, and it was a lot more intense than I'm typically getting out of an avo. But for me, there was a lot of sweetness there as well, so it balanced it out. There was a nice mustiness in the center of the profile, which was pleasant. A bread note on the retrohale, and then I found maybe an inch in or whatever the baking spices calmed down a little bit to light plus. It was a lot more palatable for me. There was a little bit of dryness in the post draw, but the first third for me was good. Second third started out very similar. Musty cedar kind of drove the profile, and the baking spices kind of came up behind it. Cedar finish, graham cracker and bread middle. Pretty tasty with some chocolate near the end and citrus. And then the last third was kind of pretty average, just very wood forward, toasted cedar. And then there's a little bit of char as it started to heat up. So overall a good experience. Of course, great construction, great burn. I think I had a bit of a canoe a couple times that self corrected, but overall, pretty good experience. Aaron, what was your experience like?
Yeah, I thought the cigar was pretty average throughout. First third was a bit out of balance. Second third was a bit too dry earth heavy, and the final third had a heavy toast attached to the cedar that kind of finished out his char, as you mentioned, John. Construction was perfect, but nothing on the flavor side really, grabbed my attention. This is the first regional that I've smoked from Avo. Didn't really wow me, but I'm open to smoking the other regions, I guess. But yeah, I don't see myself really coming back to this one. So we'll get into the scores. Start at the top with John at 6.72. Jiunn and I both gave it a 5.75, and Seth gave it a 5.15. So John, how'd that 6.72 match up for you?
Well, I guess I'm out on an island all to myself. I appreciate the culture that the South can bring. Go sweet tea lovers. I don't know, man. It matched up pretty well. Overall, good experience. The flavor was enjoyable and pleasant and balanced, other than the initial baking spices. So matches up pretty well.
All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
Yeah, it's I guess given the good, average, and subpar, you average it all out, and with really good construction, yeah, mid fives makes sense. But it's honestly though like pretty disappointed. I know this ain't no $30 Davidoff, and it's $14 AVO, which is something to scoff at, but still, this is bullshit.
Yeah, my 5.75 matches up. I mean, it's an average flavor profile with perfect construction, and that's kind of gets you into those high fives, but it's not really something that I'm gonna come back to, especially something this size, this cost with this flavor profile. So, Seth, 5.15. You're muted.
He was too relaxed for the
Man,
sand.
when did I do that? Yeah, listen, this basically sums it up. I mean, it just was never really delivered much in the flavor profile. Good construction, just it didn't really take anywhere from me.
Yeah. So final thoughts. I wanted to bring up the packaging. It's confusing to me. I don't understand. From what I've seen from the pictures of the boxes, like the north bands are in the south boxes, south bands in the north box. I don't know what's going on with it. So it doesn't make much sense to me. So I don't know.
There's nothing about this cigar that makes sense, I think.
This was a pretty ugly cigar.
Like,
I don't get the whole
packaging wise.
No, the wrapper was just like really, if I recall correctly, it was like just quite rugged.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that great in
Like
presentation.
naughty, really naughty veins and.
Yeah, I did note some lumpiness, which is not what I expect coming out of OK.
Well, especially if you're gonna do like these I mean, I don't, these are like, they're available in North and the South.
Yeah.
So it's one of these things I don't get the whole regional concept, and I can't understand if it's meant to be fun or if it's going to be like something really like limited or a special release. It just turned into like a complete disaster, in my opinion. And the price is terrible on this.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
I definitely thought the secondary band on these could have been designed. The contrast was a little too contrasty. Like, it was really tough for me to tell them apart, and the sort of silver on the background, just the writing on the band, the logo just really got lost for me.
Yeah. All right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalates.com. Follow us on the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts. So iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.